What's happening, high steppers? Um, this video is coming out a little later than I wanted it to. However, I'm glad I took a little bit of time because um, hopefully I won't be as emotional or as angry as I would have been had I done this video um, when I was first experiencing all this stuff. But I just wanted to come on and say that I am proud of us as a community for not backing down. I'm so glad to see the protests are still going on, and I hope that they continue to go on. And here's why I say that. I say that because it was something that I read. I can't remember, maybe a week or so ago, and it was Martin Luther King, and I think it was him who was saying that when people feel like they're not being heard, they protest. And if I'm wrong about that, then forgive me, but that's where I'm going to attribute that to. We have been pushed down, pushed aside, silenced, and told that what we do doesn't count for so long that there was a need for this continual protesting to happen. And like I said, I'm so glad to see that the peaceful protests are still going on, because y'all, this time something has to be done. And I feel like, I'm sorry, this video is gonna be all over the place because I'm speaking out of my head and out of my heart. And y'all know I don't edit myself, and I don't have a script. I'm just talking. So, but I feel like the protests are going to continue to go on until something really does happen, really does change. And so that's my hope. That we keep walking, we keep talking, we keep protesting until a change is really made. Now, do I believe that wholesale changes are going to happen? No. And the reason I say that is because no matter what we do and what we say or how many times we fight, as long as we have some people who believe that they're better than other people, there's going to be some kind of conflict and some reason for an uprising. But I really do hope that there is some changes that do happen. And I'm glad to see that there are people who are speaking out in defense of us, who I never would have thought would have done it. So, and if I had the chance and if I could, I would be out there marching with everybody. But because I can't physically, can't be out there due to my cerebral palsy, I don't, oh, sorry y'all, there's a fly in here or something. But because of my cerebral palsy, I don't want to get injured. So, but I do stand with my community. I do stand with y'all. You have my support, you have my love, you have my prayers, you have my thoughts, all of that. I'm sending all that out with you, and I'm sending it out with the people who I do know who are out there protesting. One thing I wanted to say, or there's a couple of things I wanted to say. I'm putting this out for the Floyd family, for the Arbery family, for the Breonna Taylor family, for that young man in Tacoma, Washington. I think his last name is Ellis. For that family, y'all, this is we were just here 5 years ago, at the beginning of this current administration's term. We were just here. So, and it seems like we've been here several times since then. And it shouldn't have to be this way. I mean, and it's not that we're trying to discount other people out there, but our people are the ones who keep getting pushed. So we're pushing back. We are pushing back, and we're not gonna stop because we know our worth. And we are not going to be treated like property or like animals anymore. I'm not taking it. So I stand with you. I stand with you. And the young people who decided to go out to help with the cause, I stand with you too. But I tried to get through the memorial service, not the national one, but the one that they had here in North Carolina for the Floyd family, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I I had it on, but I had it on mute. I just because I felt like it was my family. Because y'all, that could have been my brother. That could have been any one of my nephews. That could have been me. Not that I'm trying to make it, you know, self-centered or anything, but being a part of this community, it could happen to any of us. And the fact that all of us, regardless of who we are, all of us in our community, at some point or another, always have to look over our shoulder or watch behind us or keep it in our minds that we have to act a certain way just so that we don't end up getting yanked out of our cars and pinned to the ground or even talked to in a disrespectful way. All of these things have happened to all of us at some point or another. Because I've even dealt with my own fair share of, of cops and having them talk to me any kind of way or think that they could, where I wanted to say something and couldn't because I knew that because of who I was and who they thought I was, I had to sit in my car with my hands visible and say yes sir and ask for permission to do everything. I, and just and being spoken to in a disrespectful manner, but then being told that I'm being super sensitive because I'm fabricating these things. I've had to deal with that, not just from cops, but from people around me, from people on the job and everything. So, and and I'm not saying here recently during this time, but I have had to deal with it in my lifetime. So, um, it took me a little bit to get this video done because I didn't want to come off too emotional. See, I'm already censoring myself, too emotional, and I didn't want to cry during this video because I've already done it. I've watched videos, I've talked to people, and just thinking about it happening again. All I've done, y'all, is cry and be angry. And even though I'm not able to be out there walking and protesting, I understand the anger. I understand the sometimes the desire to break stuff. Not saying that all of that destruction is us, because it's not. But I can understand it because I've even gotten angry enough to where I broke stuff. Now, granted, it was my own stuff and I had to replace it, but I understand it because I didn't feel like I was being heard, and that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what is going on, and it's so sad that it took a video, that it's taking video to bring attention to this stuff where it shouldn't have to be. We should be treated and looked at as people and believed when we say something the first time. Yeah, it's 2020 and we're still talking about it. It was 2015, 5 years ago, and we were talking about it. And on further back and on further back, I'm even old enough to remember the LA riots in '92. Y'all, that was a where the I considered it to be the good years because it was the '80s and the '90s, the best era of music and everything. And then for something like that to happen. So yeah, I feel it, I understand it, I live it every day of my life. I shouldn't have to, but I do. Because even if I encounter a cop who I know, I still tense up. So, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I know who's in control because instead of looking for justice for me, I look to Jesus, because this world is not my home. And if I'm looking for something in this world, I'm not going to find it that way, because I'm not a citizen. Mm, mm. Y'all already know. Jesus is my homie, because he's my number one. He saved my life. He is my Lord and Savior. And that's one of the reasons I call him my home. Because we are that, I feel like we're that close, that I go to him first before anything else. Even when I have to scream, even when I have to cry, even when I'm breaking my stuff, I'm still talking to him. Not in an irreverent way, but in a way to where he and I have that understanding. So when I say I'm not looking for justice for me, that I'm not saying that justice can't be found. I just know that we may get to a point where there could be justice for all, but I don't think it's gonna happen in my lifetime. It could happen, but I don't think it's gonna be equitable across the board. I really don't. But I'm just glad to see that we are still a people who don't give up, who still have hope, who will keep on pushing, even when we have adversity in front of us, beside us, behind us, all the time. We're gonna keep going. Beat your lip. We're gonna stand together. I'm standing with you. And like I said, if I can be out there and know that I won't get knocked over, not because of what's going on around me, but because of my own body, with my brain telling my feet to do different things at different times and other people, I will be out there with you. What is this? Protest day number 11, 12. It's in the double digits, or close to it. So let's keep doing it. Let's be heard. And now, vote. Please, it's really important now. Just vote. And especially the young people who are just turning 18, who are about to vote for the first time, y'all vote too, because your votes matter. I used to say that it didn't, and I'm a political science major, and I used to say that it didn't because of what has happened, but still do it. Still do it, because being silent doesn't help. Ignoring things doesn't help. And thinking somebody else is going to get it done so you don't have to do it doesn't help. That's what we're doing. We're standing up for who we are as a community. We got to do it. This is not about all lives. This is about the lives that have been ignored since the beginning of this country. Let's stop putting band-aids on stuff. Let's actually fix this. Because band-aids can be ripped off and replaced. And I'm tired of being ripped off and replaced. And pretty much, like I said, this is all over the place, and right now that's all I've got to say. I might say something later, but I wanted to go ahead and get this out. Summer school's starting soon, so I just wanted to get this out. But in my next video, whenever that may be, I'm going to try to share at least one or two of the stories of my own where I've had run-ins with cops when I wasn't doing a thing. Now, if me speeding, yeah, I understand that. But when I'm not doing anything and I still get bothered, that's a problem. Anyway, I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope everybody is staying healthy. And those of you who are protesting, even if you can't socially distance, be sure you're wearing your masks. Don't give them a reason to say that we're spreading the virus and that we're causing new numbers and that we're causing a spike. Y'all be blessed. And keep And please remember that Jesus is my homie. He can be yours too. And keep your knees up because I can't. See y'all later.